Jai, and now we have news for you on what's happening right here in Arizona. Now, a major news story being discussed here in the Valley is the ruling from Pima County Superior Court Judge Kelly Johnson, who lifted an injunction from 1973. Now, the injunction blocked a previous Arizona law banning anyone from providing or helping to provide an abortion, except to save the mother's life. Wow, that's great. The law also called for a mandatory prison sentence of 2 to 5 years for violators. This past March, new Arizona legislation was signed into law banning abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy, except if necessary to save the mother's life. Now, there are arguments on both sides of the pro-life and pro-choice groups. As of now, the exact law in Arizona and impact are still unclear, and appeals are likely to be filed. Next up is a pretty cool attraction for Mesa. Now, if surfing is your thing, you're going to want to check out the lagoon at Cannon Beach, located on the southeast corner of Warner and Power. You'll have to wait until next summer. The $220 million development is planned to sprawl across 40 acres and include such amenities as a pump bike track, hotel, shops, and restaurants. The main attraction and focal point will be the surfing lagoon, spreading out over 55 yards. This is going to be great for beginners and novices alike, as the shape and size of the waves, along with the length and duration of the run, can be adjusted for different skill levels. There also will be the first ever in-ground unit surf pool at the site, which will allow surfboards to have fins, and the continuous wave can be adjusted to skill levels as well. Now that sounds pretty dope. Man, I know we've talked about also the fentanyl crisis here many times, but this was too crazy to not talk about. Almost 1 million, that's right, 1 million fentanyl pills were recovered in a home right here in Avondale. It's literally the single largest fentanyl bust in the agency's history. Now come on, people, this is why it's so dangerous. Pills are literally everywhere. Students and parents, please understand the risks of fentanyl. Too many people are dying from this drug. They're not even intentionally going that route. So it's all the more important that we can have these discussions with our youth about the risks that can be out there. Now don't go anywhere. Next up, we talk about the Office of the Arizona Corporation Commission, who's running and what they do. It is our job here on The Update to keep you up to date on all things elections. That's why we're your 2022 election news leaders. We give it to you straight, just the facts, in a non-biased manner, enabling you to choose the candidate that most aligns with your ethics, your values. Let's make sure we do our due diligence. And as part of that, let's talk about the Arizona Corporation Commission office today and the candidates running for office. Daniel has that report.
Thank you, Jai. Alright, let's get right into it. First up, we got for the Arizona Corporation Commission is a 5-member body that locally regulates public utilities in and for the state of Arizona. Candidates are elected to 4-year terms with 1 commissioner elected each year. It regulates the following: electric, water and wastewater, natural gas, pipeline and rail safety, telecommunications, and motor carriers. Now that you know what the office does, who are the candidates running for its office? We've got Republican Nick Myers. According to his campaign website, nickmyers.us, he is Commissioner Olson's policy advisor and has been on the front lines fighting against empty promises, discrimination, irresponsible rate setting, corruption, and utilities refusing service at the Corporation Commission for the past 5 years. Also, according to his site, he has recent, relevant utility and regulatory experience, along with a proven passion to fight for consumers while keeping the utility in check. He is motivated to keep utilities focused, our grid reliable, and ensure every Arizonan has access to reliable, affordable energy, water, and gas. Now next up, we got Republican Kevin Thompson, who is currently serving his final term on the Mesa City Council. Thompson is an Air Force combat veteran and small business owner who also represented Arizona on the national stage as the chair of the National League of Cities Economic Development Committee, on the American Public Gas Association's Public Policy Committee, and as president of Arizona Municipal Water Users Association. According to his site, Thompson for corpcom.com, he will fight to eliminate mandates and subsidies, fight to keep Green New Deal and California-style energy policies out of Arizona, and will work with our staff and water utilities to ensure they are taking a proactive approach to reducing water losses in their pipelines. Another area of focus will be ensuring utilities maintain a resilient and reliable grid by ensuring their integrated resource plans are able to account for both current and anticipated growth, and that there is plenty of capacity to meet those demands. Now over on the Democrat side, we got Sandra Kennedy, who is currently on the ACC board. Kennedy stated her public service when she was elected to the Arizona House of Representatives in November 1986, where she served for 6 years. During her tenure as a House member, she co-authored and introduced with fellow member Patty Nolan Arizona's first domestic violence bill, and won her district Senate seat race in 1992. Kennedy was first elected to the Arizona Corporation Commission in 2008 and again in 2018, 10 years later. According to her website, reelectkennedy.com, Sandra Kennedy is a lifelong public servant and champion for the people. As a current Arizona Corporation Commissioner, Sandra believes there's still more work to do to protect the public, fight the corruption, increase transparency, and protect Arizona's most vulnerable residents. She walks her talk every single day and is beholden to the people, not utility monopolies or special interests. If elected, she will be a utility watchdog, a voice for the people, who will fight corruption and protect vulnerable customers. Now we have Democrat Lauren Kuby. Her site, LaurenCuby.com states Cuby was a two-term council member and former vice mayor of Tempe. She is currently a sustainability scientist at Arizona State University, along with being a recognized national champion for climate action and clean energy. It also states Lauren is an advocate for fair, equitable worker protections and that she championed the creation of the Tempe Family Justice Commission to promote access to just, safe avenues of care for victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and sex trafficking. Cuby's campaign website states that she will be a consumer watchdog and a climate champion for Arizona Corporation Commission. Areas of focus will be government for the people, not corporations, expanding accessible solar, investing in energy efficiency, and transition off of coal. Now those are some great candidates. Make sure to do your own research as well. We take it back to you, Jai.
Thank you, Daniel. Students, first, remember to vote. If you are 18 or older, you have the right, better yet, the privilege of voting. And yes, your vote does count. Whoever votes will have an impact on and direct legislation. You can count on us here on The Update for all of your election news, as we are your 2022 election coverage news leaders, giving you just the facts. Stay tuned. Up next, Caitlin has some top spots to check out in Arizona. Welcome back, everyone. Now, you know what they say. A little dose of the sun and the outdoors every day, that's good for everyone's body. It's good for the mind, nice for the spirit. And hey, living in Arizona, you know we have so many different places we can go to experience the beautiful outdoors. Caitlin's gonna bring a few of those to you right now.
Yes, the outdoors are amazing, and Arizona has some of the best views. In just a few hours of driving, you can experience so many different environments. Here are some of the top spots to go if you live in Arizona. Shoot, people from all around the world come here. So let's check out these spots right now. Of course, we have the Grand Canyon. I mean, come on, one of the natural wonders of the world. Grand doesn't even begin to describe the canyon's justice. Measuring approximately 277 river miles in length and up to 18 miles in width, and is a mile deep, this massive canyon is breathtaking. For 6 million years, the Grand Canyon has expanded with the help of the mighty Colorado River, and for centuries, people from all around the globe have traveled to gaze out its red and orange magnificence. If you're lucky enough to get a permit, Havasu Falls and Havasu Pie Falls is a trip you won't forget about the Grand Canyon. Hiking and camping are the name of the game for that trip, unless you decide to take the helicopter down. During the trip, you are able to see the Havasu Pie Falls. Some take an additional walking to get to. The 5 Havasu Pie Falls include the Navajo Falls, the 50-Foot Falls, Havasu Falls, Mooney Falls, and Beaver Falls. All are located in the Havasu Pie Indian Reservation in the side canyon of the Grand Canyon. The waterfalls of the Grand Canyon are like no other in the world, and visiting them is an opportunity of a lifetime. Another Red Rock themed place to go is Sedona. Sedona is regularly described as one of America's most beautiful places, but there's so much more to Sedona than the red rocks and good looks. Over the past few decades, spiritualists have blocked the region to take over the advantage of the numerous New Age vortexes. With supposed spiritual balance powers found here, even better, enjoy over 100 hiking trails and take one of the guided Jeep tours. Sedona is also known for another fun family attraction, Slide Rock. Slide Rock State Park, which was established over 100 years ago as an apple farm, features half-a-mile oak trees opening for swimming. This 80-foot long chute is lined with algae, creating a slippery bed for perfect sliding. The park has ranked among the Travel Channel's top 10 swimming holes in the US and time again, so a visit is long overdue if you haven't been yet. And if you're looking for a place that is good to go in the summer and winter, head over to Mount Lemmon. Mount Lemmon is nice because it can be visited during the summer and winter. In winter, it features a ski resort, which also remains open during the warmer months and different attractions. You can explore trails in Colorado National Forest, rent a cabin tucked away in the pines. Plus, the drive up to the summit is an unforgettable experience within itself. And finally, at least for today's show, is the Vermilion Cliffs National Monument and Antelope Canyon. Its gorgeous rock formations draw hikers around the world, and permits, which are necessary, can give as few as 20 hikers per day. Can't miss landmarks here include the Wave Coyote, Oyat's North White Pocket, and the Paria Canyon. Those are just a few of the awesome places in Arizona. Back to you, Jai.
Thanks, Caitlin. Now, guys and girls, that is all the time we have for today. We want to thank you for joining us here on the update. We hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Get outside, get some of that sun, get your